I've got a white bowl in my hand because there's something really interesting that I want to show you. Certain things in my garden are pretty spectacular, I think, and if you look at them in detail, they're actually a work of art. And this particular thing is actually on the other side of my front fence here. Just down here on the other side of this picket fence is what's left of a poppy plant. And these have been amazing, great big blousy flowers on these ones. And when those flowers die back, you're left with these seed heads. Let me bring the camera in close and you can look at these in detail and you'll see why I think they're a work of art. Now this is one of those shots I'll have to be careful with because the camera will probably try and focus on this fence. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold some of these in front of the camera and hold my hand behind them so that the camera automatically tries to focus on the plane of my hand. But just look at that, look at the structure and the shape of that there poppy head. And it's like almost like a small urn, isn't it, with a crown on top, and then just around there's lots of little holes. And there's a reason why there's lots of little holes, because this is nature's way of broadcasting poppy seeds. In the wind, if you imagine that blowing backwards and forwards like a rattle, and inside there are thousands if not millions of tiny seeds. And that's why I've brought this white bowl out, because I'm going to take some of these off now and I'm going to empty them into the bowl, and you'll be able to see how many seeds come out. And I imagine a lot of the seeds will already have been dispersed from these poppy heads, but hopefully we'll still get some. And then we're going to take them over to my wildflower mound on top of my hedgehog house, and we're going to sprinkle them so that hopefully next year we get a wonderful crop of poppies. Now I'm pretty sure that many of the seeds will already have been dispersed and distributed from these poppy seed heads, but there will be some left, and I only really need a couple out of 1,000 to germinate to have a lovely free plant. Try and keep them upright until you've got them over your container before you start to sprinkle the seeds. I shall again bring the camera in close so that you can see what comes out. And I'm hoping that the light is not too bright for you to see this. But right there are hundreds of seeds. Let's go again with another one. Again, keeping it upright, snipping it off, tipping it in. Not so many in that one, but no problem. I'll probably keep these. These are really interesting things. I might just keep those as a little display on my desk in my office. All right, let's get some more. I'll snip them all off now. And then you will see eventually how I'm going to sow these. Look at that. Thousands and thousands and thousands of poppy seeds. So here's the bowl of seeds. Try and do this on a non-windy day. What I'm going to do next, I'm just going to take some soil, some dirt, and just very dry. I've had a very dry spell. I'm just going to put that in there, and I'm going to mix it up with my fingertips so that those seeds are equally sort of distributed through that soil. And then that is going to get cast over my wildflower mound, which you'll see in a moment. So here is my wildflower mound. It's actually got a hedgehog house inside it, buried underneath the earth. And I do have hedgehogs in my garden, and here's some footage of a recent hedgehog caught on my wildlife camera. I will post links to the wildlife camera video and the wildflower mound and the hedgehog house video below this one, just in case you're interested. Now here's that bowl of soil, which has now got lots of seeds mixed in, and all I'm going to do is I'm just going to broadcast it like that all over this mound. Now you might be thinking, well, that's very wasteful. Half those seeds don't have a chance. Well, if only 1% of those seeds germinate and form a plant, I'll be happy. So there we go, gathering poppy seeds and sowing them for next year. Quite a wholesome thing to do, I think. Hope you've enjoyed it. I'll see you soon for some more wildflower adventures. Bye for now.